Hello again, welcome back to the channel. On this one we've got jungle themed bouncy castle and slide to set up. Now on this one it was quite a muddy garden. It was in February when I was setting this job up, so what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 ground sheets and roll them out the length of the garden. Now what they did ask me to do, the customer, was to set the ground sheets, if I could, up close to the patio area, so no muddy feet on the grass, no feet on the muddy grass should I say. So I'm going to keep the ground sheet as close as I possibly can, pull them up, and then peg it all down, and I'm going to set the castle back sort of halfway, so it's not too close to the step when I come on and off the slide. Now normally I would just use 1 ground sheet on these, just put it underneath the castle, that's generally enough, but as I say, in the winter months it's pretty muddy in the gardens, so we're going to put 2 down just to make sure it's all covered, and that means a lot less cleaning. So I tend to do 1 the full length from the front, working my way towards the back, and then the second one I generally come halfway down, overlapping the first one. Now when we do it this way, it's just sort of long enough really for the castle and give it a bit of clearance at the front. You can do it the whole length of the garden, but in this case this would have been long enough. Now there was very light winds at the moment. Normally you might have to peg these down on each corner to stop them blowing around, but it was quite light winds, so I just laid them down, and I'm going to bring the castle over on the trolley. There was quite a low step here as well, only a little bit of a drop down. Just bring it to the back. Now I have done highs in this garden before, previously, but he normally has the bouncy castle facing away from the house. So the back of it would be where the step is here, the patio area. And the reason being, they entertain down the other end of the garden, so they have it facing down there where all the adults are. But this time, because it was so wet, it probably wouldn't have worked that way. So we're going to do it facing the house. I'm just going to bring my blowers and cables down, get them in position. So we're just touching the blower to the back of the tube at the back. Now his socket was at the back of the house outside, and we generally need 2 cables on this one. So we're just going to run the 2 cables from the back of the house. We're going to run the cables behind the bins here, get them out of the way. So over the bins, round the back, and then down this side here. That gets all the cables out of the way. Now on this run, it needs about 2 cables, that's generally enough, with a little bit of spare. And that's it, plug it in and away we go. Now the forecast wasn't great on this. Right, so that's the castle pretty much fully inflated. The step's got a little bit stuck underneath there, so I'll have to come round and pull it out. And the rain started as well. Now it wasn't forecast to be raining all day, just in the morning. I thought I could get the setup done before it actually came down, but in this case it wasn't to be. So I unplugged it and put the tyres on it again, make sure it was nice and tight. Inflated it again. pull it over and get it straightened out. Pull the step out. And there's the back view of the castle inflating, looking down the end of the garden. Right, once you've got it all in position, then I'll just bring my mats down, put them in the front. Now the rain had started getting pretty heavy, that's the reason why I've got my coat on. It wasn't forecast to be like this, but it just changed. But luckily enough with this castle, even though it is in a garden, it has got a really good sealed shower cover on it. It's built into the walls at the side, so it keeps it nice and dry. It has got windows in the side, so I always tell the customers not to deflate it, even if the party don't start till later in the afternoon. That way the rain will just run off the top and it won't get too wet inside. Right, well by this time it was starting to rain really heavy, but I had my coat on. I'm just going to clip down the front of the ground sheet so it doesn't lift up. But it was quite light winds, it was wet, but it wasn't windy. As you can see from the trees in the background now, they weren't swaying around. But I always put pegs in the front of it anyway, stops it lifting up, and that way, though the kids running on and off the castle are going to get wet feet, they're not going to be wet and muddy. So I just tap those in, then I'll take my Bouncy Castle pegs and peg it all down. Bye now, good time. Right, that's it. So, as always, thanks for watching it. What a miserable day. First rainy one this year, first of many probably. Anyway, that's it, setting up my Bouncy Castle outside in February. Not the sort of thing I would normally do, but it's clearing up this afternoon and it's an afternoon party. So, hopefully it'll be alright. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, there's another one over there, and I'll catch you there. Bye for now.